He's most famously known for his creation of Dr. Slump in 1980 and Dragon Ball in 1984.
Dude,
The
I feel like
manga-
I'm the only one who knows about Dr. Slump. Every time
I don't know about it, man.
I bring it up, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck is Dr. Slump?" And I'm like, "Okay."
What is it?
Yeah, I've never read any manga in my life, so
It's just like another one of his series. It's about like a little girl who's like a cyborg or some shit. It had a crossover with Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get into that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, Dragon Ball, probably his most famous thing, 1984. The manga Akira was named after him. All right, moving on to...
That makes sense. Everybody loves that guy.
Yeah. Moving on to personality and personal life. Akira Toriyama is a shy and reserved person who does not like interviews. I can relate to that. His manga...
Says the guy doing a podcast.
Hey man, I gotta push myself sometimes. His manga, including all of the 42 volumes of Dragon Ball, contains certain cover flap images that reference Toriyama's real life. It is mainly through those autobiographical elements that one can learn about his life. Akira Toriyama likes girls with short hair. That's pretty specific.
Yeah, it was weird.
That makes sense. I mean, he like cuts Bulma's hair later.
Yeah, he does do that.
In Dragon Ball, yeah.
I wonder if that's
and
why,
Chi-Chi
though.
also has short hair later, and then she gets longer hair later. But
Okay. That's kind of weird. Cool, though.
I could see him like drawing the short hair girls because he likes it.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, he married the shoujo manga artist Naichi Mikami in 1982, and they have 2 children, a son named Sasuke and a daughter.
Yeah, daughter whose name is not known, apparently.
No.
We'll just call her daughter then. During his career, Toriyama created over 40 different manga series. He has always been very concerned about his work, not hesitating to redraw again and again the same illustration, because he does not find it perfect. That's a cool trait, I think.
It's perfectionist.
Yeah. Also, well, anyway.
Slightly OCD.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it explains the level of his work, really.
Yeah, dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Anyway, he spends many sleepless nights working and often complains of lack of free time. And just in the sentence above, he's a perfectionist. Yep. So that explains that. Conversely, he hates to dwell on his illustrations, wanting to finish it in one draw and as soon as possible, which is kind of a contradiction.
That's exactly how I am whenever I want to draw something.
Toriyama prefers to live in quieter rural areas where he can devote himself to both his work and his family rather than big cities. That's fair. The assembly of scale models is one of his biggest hobbies. He possesses dozens of models and often finds himself assembling models instead of working. That's bad.
That's why it took 18 years to get Dragon Ball Super from Dragon Ball Z.
He was preoccupied with his models. Maybe he was making models for Dragon Ball Super.
I doubt it. I doubt that so much.
He already had pre-concepts of 3D models done.
Yeah, why not? He enjoys doing it.
But that would mean he already designed it, had them printed off into models, and he's secretly modeling out his own characters without nobody knowing about it.
There's quite a few characters in Super that were not designed by him. So,
well, he's a perfectionist, as it says. So,
yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't put it past him. Toriyama loves animals and has raised many. At the time of Dr. Slump, he owned 2 dogs named Turbo Maru and Turbo 2. And
that explains some stuff.
Turbo 2,
does it?
Electric Boogaloo.
Like I think the baby's name in Dr. Slump is named Turbo something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, it takes real life inspiration. All right, his other hobbies enjoyed riding motorcycles. Ironically, he claims that he does not have much interest in manga and anime. That is odd. He says he enjoyed it until about 11 years, after which
until he was about 11.
Until he was about 11, after which his interest shifted to movies. That's a fair shift. Toriyama, his greatest pleasure is having great family life.
All right. Akira Toriyama was raised by his parents at Kyosho, Aichi Prefecture, and he also has an older sister. He spent his childhood and much of his formative years in Kyosho, when what was then a largely rural area just outside Nagoya. That is not how it sounds, but
none of those are. You've not been
you're
pronouncing anything right.
Yep.
Nagoya?
Since an early age, he had a passion for drawing and was influenced by the productions of the time. However, after his primary school years, his interest in comics and cartoons dwindled, and his attention shifted to live-action movies such as westerns, war films, and science fiction. Toriyama entered a technical high school in Nagoya to study design, which allowed him to focus on drawing. Against the wishes of his parents, after his last high school year, Toriyama decided not to continue his studies at university and began his working life.
It's overrated.
You have shamed the family.
Well, you know, doctor.
Oh my gosh. The stereotypes continue.
I love it.
He had his first job at 20 years old. Whoa, well, that's a little behind the curve.
That's like me.
Yeah. The isolated Dylan.
Yeah.
Old as an in-house graphic designer at a small advertising firm in Nagoya. He resigned 2.5 years later, largely because he resented the work-a-day routine.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
To some extent.
In 1977, Toriyama was seeking employment when he discovered the monthly Young Jump Award, a contest sponsored by Shueisha, the largest manga publishing company in Japan. He participated in the contest twice, with Iowa World in 77 and Mysterious Rainjack in 78, but he did not win. The later work was outright disqualified due to its Star Wars parody elements, which is apparently, like most everything in this world, you like trace back to Star Wars parodies.
It's the hero's journey.
Star Wars is huge.
Yeah, even though it's not the original
No,
hero's
it's
journey.
not.
But, however, after Mysterious Rainjack, Toriyama received a call from Kyushi Torishima, an editor for Shuichi's Weekly Shonen Jump, who told him to not give up and to try harder. A few months after Toshima's phone call, Toriyama made his first published manga, Wonder Island, published in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine, issue 52 and 78. It failed to catch readers' attention. However, the following year, Toriyama offered several new manga projects that were refused. This dark period could have ended his ambitions, but the minor success of Tomato Girl Detective in 79 gave him hope.
That sounds awesome.
Yes,
Rotten
some of these
Tomato.
names, I am very curious to figure out the premise.
It seems like they have some sort of...
I'm pretty sure you got the premise right there in Tomato Girl Detective.
Right, but is she investigating tomatoes, or is she a tomato herself?
I'm pretty sure her name is Tomato.
Tomato. Gotcha.
That could be pronounced that way. Tomato.
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 I guess so, yeah. I guess so.
Oh.
All right. Dr. Slump in 1980 to 1984. In January 1980, Akira Toriyama achieved his first great success in Dr. Slump. He first gained fame for his the manga, which was published in the Weekly Shonen Jump from January 1980 to August 1984.
Oh, hi there. I hope you enjoyed this clip from Puff Puff Hour, a Dragon Quest podcast. If you happen to like what you see, you should subscribe. We have full podcast episodes detailing the main series of Dragon Quest 1 through 11. Oh yeah, and if you like the content, you should check out our other shows from All Out Geekdom Entertainment. We have Nude Clan and Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. Or, Dragon Quest.